Alright guys, I'm going to give you the 5 best reasons to put a cam in your Ram 1500. Now this is all my opinion. I've had the cam in my truck for about 4 or 5 months, give or take. I don't know. Yeah, about 4 or 5 months. And I've had bolt-ons for a couple years before that. So, I'm going to give you my top 5 reasons to put a cam in. Now, number 5 is pulling a trailer. You have much more power in pulling a trailer in the whole entire RPM range. Now, in my opinion, I have 321 gears, and I pulled my friend's Mustang all the way to North Carolina from New Jersey in 9 hours each way, and it pulled it great. It had the power to pull it throughout, It stayed in the same gear almost the entire time, unless I needed to, let off or let in. It didn't. It wasn't having trouble finding gear, uphill, downhill, pulled great, and the cam, I feel, was a lot of the reason why it didn't have to look for a gear. I feel like the power was there at all times. That's one of my favorite reasons. Well, one of my reasons why I think the cam is awesome for pulling trailer. Number 4, I would have to say the MDS delete. A lot of the guys, including myself, hated having 4-cylinder mode. Now, when you're on the highway, you're cruising, and then you have 4 cylinders. You punch it, it downshifts, but you're in fourth, and you feel like you need all 8 all the time. Well, with the cam in, this cam kit alone has an MDS delete kit, which is 8 all the time, has no eco mode anymore, nothing like that. So I'm on 8 cylinders all the time, and I feel I hit the gas, all 8 are there. It's not in 4, then it waits and it shifts and it goes back to 8. It's much more power at 8 all the time, even accelerating. At a certain RPM, you have 8 all the time. Number three, I would have to say, and this is all my opinion, would be the option of putting a cam in over boost, supercharger or turbocharger, not boost, not nitrous, because nitrous is obviously I think going to come out cheaper. Now, buying a turbo kit or a supercharger kit is usually going to run you roughly $5,000 to $7,000, depending on who you get and what make, model, but it's roughly $5,000 to $7,000. The cam is going to cost you probably about $2,000, and maybe $1,000 for install, depending on who installs it. It could be more. It could be up to $2,000. I don't know. I got a great price on my install for my cam, so I can't complain. I paid, I don't want to say, about a couple $100. Now, number 2 and number 1, in my opinion, can be switched, because number 2 would be my number 1, but most guys, number 1 is the reason I'm going to give you. But number 2 for me will be the power at the drag strip. It's great. Now, I picked up 3/10 and about 4 miles an hour on average in the same weather at the drag strip through the quarter mile. Yes, much more power. I think, talking to other guys, I think it was about 40 wheel horsepower. Maybe more, I don't know, maybe a little bit less. I get email tunes. I'm not on the dyno, so I don't know the exact horsepower gains. To me, it doesn't matter. It could have gave me 10 horsepower on the dyno. I don't care, because I saw results at the drag strip, and that's where actually it matters. You could put 1,000 horsepower down to the wheels and go out and run, an 11-second pass, and you're gonna have a car like the Demon with 840 horsepower go out and run a low 10, a high 9, which guys have actually done all the time. So horsepower on the dyno doesn't mean shit, to be honest. It all has to do with the drag strip. If you're racing somebody, you can say you have all the power in the world. If you can't put the power down, or don't know how to drive, or, it doesn't mean anything. Power means nothing unless you can prove it at the drag strip. That's all my opinion. That's not even my opinion. That's everyone's, way of thinking. Number 1, for most people, this is that sound of that HEMI chop.